eyebrow lay. I don't know which one I'm going for. I want to make the world burn. Well, not yet. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched my most recent cover of Pure Imagination. We had a lot of fun doing that, myself and Ian, and obviously whilst filming it, we have the camera up and it is constantly rolling, so we've got tons and tons of footage, which is available for you. And what I mean by that is, it's over on Patreon. Obviously, over here on YouTube, you get the professional Jen and Ian as we showcase our covers with you. But if you're wanting some more light-hearted, behind-the-scenes footage, and even footage of us working through the songs, this is all available over on Patreon. The link to my Patreon page can be found in the description below, so when you do go and click on it and check my Patreon page out, you can see the tiers, you can see everything labelled accordingly. But even as little as £3 a month, you can be supporting my channel and getting early access videos. There's lots of things going on over there. I'm also constantly thinking of new things that I can post over there. So if you are just craving more content and more, well, let's face it, weirdness, hop on over to Patreon. It's a fun time. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I am a singer and a voice teacher, and today I am really excited. I am actually going back to an early performance of this, which is, well, it's Reneé Rapp performing WorldBurn, and this is from her time when she was on Broadway. Now, obviously, the new Mean Girls is coming out, but I realised I hadn't actually reacted to and analysed, broken down the vocals to this version. Now, I have watched this before. It has been a little while, so I'm sure I'm going to be shocked again because her vocals are stunning. But I wanted to watch this version just so I have this in my mind before going to see the new version of Mean Girls. So yes, do be expecting pausing as I will be stopping and breaking down the vocals. That's what I like to do over here. And if you find yourself enjoying it as we progress through the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and let's just get straight to it. I love this song!
My name is Regina George, and I am a massive deal. I will grind you to sand beneath my lute and heel. This is what I get for helping someone.
Oh, she's so good. She is so good. There are so many wonderful things. I love the directness, the stillness, and delivery of the character. Regina George says it in the name, Regina, but she is the queen bee, so she's got to deliver some, like, well, there's a lot of confidence. That has to be there. I'm so excited to see like an updated version of Mean Girls. Obviously, Mean Girls, the original, is a classic, but yet also just to see how Reneé Rapp, you know, grows into the character again and how she develops into the character again. But yeah, let's whiz back right to the beginning. I love how she's kind of over articulating the words. Like, she's really playing with the words. She is like, you know, clever Regina, right? She's playing tricks on us. So even within this song, you know, she is kind of telling us what she wants to do. And she's kind of like playing with the audience. So I love that she's like over articulating the words and we can really see everything. And she's kind of not back phrasing, but there is a kind of like a really settled vibe to it, which again just allures this confidence. It's so good.
My name is Regina George.
George. I love how she plays with George. George. Like, it kind of like just the word kind of goes. So instantly she's playing with her name, right? Vowel wise. And it's very clear. There is a slight kind of breath quality there as well, but then there's such a warmth when that vibrato comes in. Oh.
My name is Regina George. And I am a massive deal.
And no, do, there's like a longing there. There's a little bit of a tilt, a little bit of a lowered, open kind of backspace there. Do, as she leans into that.
And I am a massive deal. I will grind.
And there's a subtle flip there. She kind of stays in this territory. I will. There's like a light little flip there.
I will grind you to sand beneath my lute and heath. This is what I get for helping.
Listen to that difference as well. Louboutin heel. She gets this kind of like deep kind of dark sound again. And then this is what we see this kind of happen with her face and her teeth, and it just shifts that sound, that space from back to right forward, and we get a brighter ping. We're kind of like making the space a bit smaller, so getting a little bit brighter with that sound.
My lute and heath. This is what I get for
And that cry in there.
helping someone live it in.
That eyebrow lay. I don't know which one I'm going for. Yes, I also went for pink today because mean girls. I like as well that in the second line, this is what I get for helping so lame. There's a little bit more of a slight aggression to the words. We're getting a little bit thicker now. Before we had a little bit of that breath seep in. Now we're getting a little bit fuller sounding. Not just yet. We know where this song goes. But I told you there was going to be lots of pausing.
This is what I get for helping someone live it in. Katie, and enjoy your temporary will.
And again, she's kind of like, she's teasing with the audience, right? She draws us in, when comes back down, and diminuendos, right? We get quieter, so it draws the audience in. We're like, what are you gonna do? She's gonna, I want to make the world burn. Well, not yet.
Your temporary will. My name is Regina George. Regina is a fugly cow.
Oh, I've never noticed that interval. Fugly. Is it there?
Regina is a fugly cow.
Fugly. That's so interesting. So I have got a cover of this on my channel. I don't sing that note. Fugly. I think I went there. Fugly. That is so unsettling. That is so like eerie, and you're kind of like don't expect that to happen. So again, it's, I mean, we know everyone wants to be like Regina. Everyone wants to be in her little gang. But who's the real mean girl? Well, you know, yes.
Regina is a fugly cow. Hey, Katie, how you like me now?
Ooh, that was so cool. I love how she changed that vowel shape within that word, but it was only like it was at the right time, right at the very end. Yeah, you can hear that we're getting stronger here. We are, you know, Reneé is showcasing a little bit of her riffing ability. Just little tasters, little teasers. Again, she's kind of adding little bit by little bit because she don't want to give the whole game away. As does her character. But yeah, notice on where are we? A flat 4. Okay, so the top part of her chest voice, like she's in a full chest belt here. On this vowel, but right at the very end, we narrow that. So then she actually gets a little bit softer, narrows it a little bit because she is then into the next phrase as she goes into the next part of the song. But also, it's on a lovely straight tone. So she's just letting it ring, and it's just so good. I love that little lean away as well.
How
And that cry. That breath just before. Actually, what happens when she narrows it, she's actually maintaining quite an open space still. Now she kind of like holds it. Does she? No, she doesn't add any vibrato as well. Now she kind of like, it's like she's going in this bright lifted pocket at the back. So good. And then brings it in.
I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get me. I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get me.
That's such a lovely phrase, and Reneé Rapp sings it with such ease. There's such like an effortless, and she's just like kind of, again, teasing us, warming up as the song progresses. But E flat 5 up there, and did it sound like it was just no, because it was so well connected. The consistency with her connection and airflow, everything is working right where it needs to. It's a glorious mix belt up there. I love, again, just that like narrow drop of that jaw, so she has so much control with what she's playing with. So good.
Watch the world burn. I got the gasoline.
She kind of actually, I wanna, she doesn't really move her mouth there. I wanna, because we're closing again. I wanna what? She wants to stay on this like open, because that's where she's heading. Really cool.
Gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and
Ooh, and catch that cry. I wanna watch the, right there.
gasoline.
Ooh, and I know we're breaking this up a lot, but it's because she kind of goes da 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 da, like da 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 da, like up and then down, then back up again. So it's kind of really knowing where your vocal folds want to go, so we're not like uncertain of anything, feeling unstable, flipping, or getting too heavy. As she's hitting these lower notes, she's making sure that she's grabbing hold of her thicker fold connection. So she's got that anchor point, she's got that like connection under there, so it helps her use that to hit these higher notes more solidly. And then so watch the world burn and everyone. Notice on 1 how a lot more so that's a B4 there, a lot more chest dominant that is, and a little bit more spread as well, a little bit more of that A vowel comes back.
I got the gasoline.
And that space and that mean, so good.
Kitty, time to watch your back. Kitty, time to turn and cough. Because you took me down, but you didn't finish me off.
So good. It's so good. Okay, let's just talk about what she's doing here as well. So all these kitty time to watch your back. Actually, she's doing quite straight as well. Kitty time to, she hits the 2 straight after, but they're so well connected. It's so spoken like. And when we are mix belting, we need to have elements. Obviously it's a mix, so it needs to be chest dominant because we're belting, but when we're getting higher, we need to make sure that we've got that same lightness and freedom of our head voice, so it's not too heavy and we're not reaching up with our thick folds. That's how we're going to get that nice blend. But all this da 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 ba 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 in this territory, she's kind of like, cool, here's my speaking voice, I need this, I want to be as connected as I can be, because then when she shoots up to this,
Watch your back. Kitty, time to turn and cough. Because you took me down.
because you took me down, she kind of like, again, it's very open, it's so theatrical. I love just the theaterness of it and the drama of it all. Down! No, look how like free that feels. She's adding vibrato on it as well, but it's kind of like a down. She doesn't open up to that A vowel straight away because now she's thinking, I need to go ahead and go da. Is it E? Yeah, E flat again. When she does that lovely riff down, which is so amazing. Now she's thinking, right, I want to get into this shape. Let me sit in that shape on this word so it helps me hit that word that's coming up. So it's not too much of a difference, not too much of a big gap. This is why it's so important to like rehearse your songs, especially something like this. Obviously, people who improvise and sing on the spot, they also have rehearsed their voice and what their voice can do, right? And gone through exercise and strengthen their voice. But yeah, for something like this, it's just kind of mapping out what you want to do when. And then this lovely finish me up. Notice at the top, there's lots of teeth showing. So there's a bright ping. We get this chest dominant sound. And as she's riffing down, she's picking what note she wants to then add a little bit more of a chest dominant feel. So she's kind of like increasing the thickness of her vocal folds as she descends. So she doesn't, again, remain in the same mixed quality as she descends. Does that make sense? Because obviously we want to grab hold of the thickness as we return back. Otherwise it would sound very samey throughout.
Because you took me down, but you didn't finish me off. My name is Regina George, and in case you're keeping score, Katie may have won the battle, but I will win the war.
Oh, I love how playful that is. I will win. There's so much like twang and presence in that. It's so nice. I haven't, like I said, I haven't watched the new WorldBurn yet. Let me know if you're going to go watch the Mean Girls movie, actually. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to watch it at the cinema. What are you going to do? Are you going to watch it at the movies? But yeah, I haven't listened to the her updated version of WorldBurn because I want to do a reaction to that as well. But I'm just super excited.
Name is Regina George, and in case you're keeping score, Katie may have won the battle, but I will win the war. Wanna watch the world burn? I brought the gasoline.
Look how the gasoline, how she effortlessly hits this low note after already kind of going wah, hitting these like high notes. Lean. Is it G3? But yeah, like the range and the strength on every part of her voice in the range. Amazing.
I brought the gasoline. Gonna make the world burn. You can quote this. Whoa, I want to world burn. I got the gasoline. I want to world burn. And everyone's
Okay, before we get to this ending, like, because this is all in such a glorious mixed belt place. And obviously, so this is Mean Girls on Broadway. She is doing this 8 shows a week, let's say roughly, you know. We need to make sure that that sits in such a comfortable place for her, that she's not hurting herself. But, you know, listen to how impressive it sounds. Like this glorious, such a secure, sustainable mixed belt. It's so great. And again, I really, what I'm picking up on a lot is just the, as she is in this territory, there are certain diction that she drops just so it remains in the same placement, and it happens on that I wanna watch the world, because she just wants da 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 da. We're also repeating the same notes, so we need to make sure that we're not dipping down. Maybe that's, you know, it could just cause a little bit of unnecessary tension there. We want to eliminate that because again, we want to make this sound as best as we, you know, as secure and as sustainable as we can. There's a slight turn. She goes into this kind of like, and I think it's, you know, dark sounds. It's kind of like we're being playful. She's playing with the tone and timbre of her voice. So even though she's showcasing this lovely like, yeah, Done. When she comes here, she's like, I got this. And again, we know this is gonna go. I love on these like gasoline vowels as well. E-ish. Everything's just kind of dropping and narrowed to make it feel good for her. I mean, listen to that. That is, the word is mean. If we were going, me. So E5 now. Men. It's kind of like we're saying men, but there are so our tongue is what, changes the vowel. So even though we're dropping the jaw, men, we can still kind of place the tongue in a way that we would say an E vowel. So that still is, so we're not just men, screaming men. Men, we're still getting the E vowel in there, but it's just dropped a little bit, so we are aiming for a bit more of an I placement. I just love how she kind of like isn't showing us that she's singing it, if that makes sense. She's not like, nah, here it is. She's kind of just like, yes, that's what I want to do. Is that pinch of the nose as well? Sorry, I know I was just getting into it, but I love that. Right, so we go, we land on the B4. Then when she kind of goes onto that upper note and adds that vibrato on that D5, there's a difference between the thickness of her vocal folds. So, and then she goes up to here and adds that vibrato. She is just shifting the balance of that a bit and going a bit more into a mixed kind of quality. It's so good. Yes, that sudden turn to the camera, Reneé. And also that slight grit in there. I love how she's got such great vocal fold closure. We're getting, like, at the beginning we had a little bit of breath play with the vocal folds and letting that breath kind of come through. Clear, stunning vocals, really lovely and connected. And at the end, we show a little bit of that grit and that angst in there. Right, G5 up there. And again, all she needs to do is just let those vocal folds thin out a little bit. Make sure that she is including lots of resistance within that vocal fold. All that kind of crying that she was, that we mentioned earlier onto the notes. That's how we're going to make sure that the vocal folds are resisted up there. We cannot be reaching up with our chest thicker folds up there. There is an element of that because we need that speech-like quality in there for it to be like a belt, but it needs that lightness and freedom of the thinner head voice quality. So good. But again, look at that drop off the jaw, lovely space, and then stunning end, grit, love it. And yeah, it's just on that same kind of like vowel placement there. So good. I'm so excited to see the movie now. I'm hyped. What stunning vocals. What a powerhouse. Like I said, I'm so excited to see the movie, to see what kind of differences, like how maybe she's updated the songs, how she's kind of developed and worked through the character even more. Because obviously this is a character that she's done a lot already. So I'm just intrigued to see where she goes with it. Thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you did enjoy what I do over here and want to learn a thing or two more, go over to my Patreon page. There's lots of fun things over there. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button over here. I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!